Hey Chad, it's Thad. I just want to shoot this quick video for you as promised and kind of educate you on your website and why it may not be ranking like some of your competitors are, and what we can do to get it going in the right direction. And just so you know, we can totally do that. Just have to kind of know what you're doing, and I'm going to show you 4 different things in this video to kind of talk about what myself as somewhat of an expert would look at in regards to your site versus your competition. So the 4 things, and I'll just tell them you off the top, they're content, citations, social profiles, and backlinks, and I'll cover each one for you. So I started off on your page, but ideally what you want to see happen is when someone puts in Lawn Care Colorado Springs, you want to show up on this first page, because all these people on this first page, whether they're up here in the ads or they're all the way down at the bottom down here, these guys are all getting search volume, search traffic for the term Lawn Care Colorado Springs. So that is the ultimate goal, and I'll tell you how these individuals got there. The first thing that we want to look at is the content of your site. So when I'm on your home page, there's not a lot of content on this on the front page right here. You can see this right here is very thin. Let's take your competitors, Lawn Pros. These guys look like they're pretty big out here. They have tons of stuff everywhere. But on their home page, content, 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 content. So they have a lot of stuff on their page. So what that would tell Google is that, man, these guys are an authority on this lawn care in Colorado Springs. They have lots of stuff on their web page. So that will be one of the first steps I'd recommend you do, is let's beef up that content on your site. It doesn't have to actually be this long. It just is going to want to be more than what you have. So if I jump back over to your site and let's say I go over to services page and I go to irrigation, we've got one small, very thin, probably about 3 or 4 sentence paragraph right there. If we stay in services and we go to landscaping, I don't think there's anything built out for this page. This is one of your big players on your site, is landscaping in Colorado Springs. So you want to have that landscaping page built out. Snow removal is pretty thin, I believe, just a couple sentences and a couple pictures. And then yard care, not sure if that one's built out either. Yeah, so yard care is not built out. So want to make sure that your site goes all the way through and each page has sufficient content on there. So that's step 1 in this process towards getting your guys' site to become more of a tool for you and more of an asset online. So that's part 1, is content. The second thing we look at is, they're called citations. So citations is when your business name, address, and phone number is listed somewhere on the web. And this tool here tells me exactly how many citations. These are the top 7 guys on Google, and then I added you guys in here as well. So it looks like you guys have 85 citations. That's awesome. You can even see you have 25 more than this guy right here, and this may be off just by a few, up or down, but maybe his citations, it might actually be a little bit different than your guys's, and it might be stronger. And you can see up here 140, you got more than this guy. He has a bunch. You guys are about the same. They've got a bunch. They've got a few more. One of the things that I do is, one of the first things we do is actually go out and get you a bunch of citations, make sure you got the right ones. And how I do it is I kind of cheat a little bit. I can reverse engineer everything that your competition has done. So I find out everything that Lawn Pros has, everything Executive Lawn Care has, and we can go out and get those, and then we'll go probably about 100 beyond what they have. So that's another big thing that will get you into the Google rankings, especially for these guys right here. Anytime you see the address, these are pretty much based on citations and the strength of those citations. So we can usually get you there. A lot of these guys here are also down here as well. So they have 2 listings on the front page, and that would be my goal for you guys, is to get you on the front page of Google twice. And that way you'd really have a stronger presence here for that keyword search term of Lawn Care Colorado Springs. So the next one up after citations is going to be your social profiles. So your social profiles will be things like Facebook, your Google Plus page. How often are you guys posting on those? How often are other people posting on those as well for you? So, all right, sorry about that. Pause there, Chad, if you heard my dogs going crazy. The wife came home, so I wanted to go get them under control. But as I was saying, the next thing up is going to be your social profile. So your Google Plus page, your Facebook page. So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about those and how they factor in to ranking and what Google thinks about your website. So one thing is huge is your Google Plus page. You want to get everybody that you do an awesome job for, really your service, to encourage them to come on here and give you guys a review. You want to be active on here, really kind of treat this as something that you're touching maybe at least once a week, throwing up a post and letting people know more about your business, whether it be photos. And this is one of the things that I do is I'd gather all your photos, we come in here and we build this whole page out, because you can actually rank your Google Plus page. You can actually rank your Facebook page. So the same thing on Facebook. You guys got it all set up, got your address, your site on there, but you didn't really do anything as far as posting it out. And I think you have just a few Facebook likes. So we want to make sure you blow that out. So I'm going to come back over here to the search and show you something. I'm sure you've probably heard of Yelp before. And these guys right here, so Lawn Pros, they have their Yelp page on the first page of Google. So they're on the first page there, they're on the first page here, and they're on the first page here. So for 3 different things, they're taking up a lot of real estate on the first page just because they've done some of these things well. And I'm sure they've probably paid somebody to make sure it all happens. But as a result, they're there, they're everywhere on here. So good for them. But we want to get you guys up there too. So doing some things with your Google Plus, your Facebook, your Foursquare, Yelp. If you don't have those, I'm going to set those up for you. Make sure you have them, and then teach you guys how to use those, so that way hopefully down the road you can maybe get one of those on the front page as well, and then you can take up those 2 to 3 spots on the front page of Google as well. So not hard stuff. You just have to be diligent with it, and then I just kind of monitor everything and make sure things are tracking in the direction that they need to be, and we just go from there. So the last thing, they're backlinks. And before I get into this one, I'm just going to tell you I'm not going to talk too much about it because it's kind of techy, and most people have no idea. So backlinks are just the number of votes that your website has, or the number of times another website has a link back to your website on it. So the more links that your website has back to it from other websites, typically the better. So I'll probably just kind of leave it right there. And I have this tool that I go over. So when I put in healthylawn.net, which they are these guys right here, they're at the top there, and they're right here. When I put their site in, it tells me that there's 27 external backlinks that they have. Over the past 5 years, they have 102, but these are the ones right here that really matter. They don't have a huge number. I think Lawn Pros has like 600 and something, which is kind of a high number, but they look like they're a pretty big company. So another thing that we do, once we got the content in order, once your citations are in order, once your social profiles are up and running, and then you have those, have a game plan around that, we'd want to start getting you guys some backlinks and getting your site out to some of the other key players online that maybe are talking about lawn care, or a myriad of things. So backlinks is the final component of it, and a pretty big player in it actually, but one of the last things we would do based on where your site is right now. And these are all the fun, geeky things that I like to do. So I know we talked about bartering and doing some things, and we can totally do that. But if this is something that you're going to be interested in, I'd like us to sit down sooner than later. Reason being is springtime is upon us, and I want to be able to get you guys some business going for the summer, man. And I'm pretty confident that we can get some things moving for you if we take action now. Because whenever it comes to ranking and all that stuff, it takes a little bit for it to get going, at least 30 to 60 days on some areas. Some things I can do to make some results happen quicker for you guys. But you got to think long term with this. So we want to get moving if this is something that you want to jump into, and I would highly recommend that you do. The last thing too is when I go to this search engine and I put your guys' website in, this is what I get back. It says, sorry, there are no results for this query, which means it hasn't been registered, or Google really doesn't know a whole lot about your site, and neither does this search thing, this search tool as well. So I know exactly what to do to make sure that they do find it the next time they go around checking out your site, so that way we get rid of this no results tag right there, and then we can start tracking how many backlinks and all the different things about your website as well. So give me a call. My number is 719-210-6704. You can email me to or just respond to the link that I have on here. And let's just set up a time where I can kind of go over this again, answer any questions that you or Tara may have. And yeah, we'll get jumping on your website soon. And yeah, so I will talk with you later, chat. Take care.